After Tina ran away from her first husband Ike, she could not stay with anyone who knew him. It was too dangerous, as he could find her any moment and force her to come back. This is why she had to depend on her Buddhist friends and their friends and relatives for a roof over her head. Those kind people opened their homes to Tina, but their living conditions were not something Tina was used to. As she writes in her memoir, "My first impulse was clean and keep cleaning." She didn't mind at all, and was happy she could do something for them in return. These were the most difficult years of her life. She had no money and had to start from a clean slate as an artist. Despite the difficulties and the danger of being stalked by Ike and his people, she stayed positive. As she writes in her book, "It's better to be someone else's maid than Ike Turner's wife." But Tina wasn't ashamed to open up about this experience in her memoir. Moreover, she more than appreciated that challenging time. Despite the financial struggle and the uncertainty of what's next, for the first time in many years, she was finally free, including mentally. Here is what she writes in her book.
While my hosts were out or at work, I scrubbed their homes from top to bottom, organized their closets, and got rid of their junk and trash. A visit from Tina meant that everything would be neat and sparkling. It was my way of creating order out of chaos and of earning my keep. I may not have had any money, but I was rich in elbow grease, and I was happy to be useful.
During this difficult time, Tina was not receiving any support from her mother, who sided with Ike. No matter what Tina would say, her mom favored Ike and considered him talented and successful. As Tina writes in her memoir, according to her mom, he was always right because he had the big house, the Cadillac, the money. What hurt Tina the most is that her mother was refusing to see her own daughter's talent and strongly believed that she needed Ike in order to survive in this world. She tried to explain to her mom that going back to Ike was not an option, to only be rejected by her. That didn't surprise Tina, who was invisible to her mom for years. As Tina writes, her mother was Team Ike until her success was too big for her to ignore. During this transition, Tina stayed grounded in her own belief in herself, as well as her spiritual practice that helped her control her mental health. She had to rebuild her career from scratch, often taking small gigs to support herself and her children. Financially strained and dealing with the trauma from years of abuse, Tina worked hard to establish herself as a solo artist. Her perseverance and inner strength allowed her to rewrite her own life, exactly as she wanted it. As she writes in her memoir, she had the most wonderful time of her life when her solo artist career skyrocketed. Her early 1980s Private Dancer album was a major success. She toured with the Rolling Stones, Rod Stewart, Lionel Richie, and Bryan Adams. She starred in the Mad Max movie with Mel Gibson. She won a Grammys Awards and recorded a duet with David Bowie. Even the sky was not the limit for Tina, who had complete artistic freedom and unbelievable commercial success.